Welcome to Cycling Southern Ontario, where you join me today in the middle of the Holland Marsh. It's a 7,000 acre area of farmland about 50 kilometres north of Toronto in Canada, and it is almost completely flat. So you'll see a lot of cyclists around here time trialing and interval training because it is so flat. Sometimes it can be a bit windy, but today it's not so bad, so you can get some good pace going. But I find that when you look a little closer and scratch away the surface, you find some really interesting history, a lot of quirkiness, and a little bit of mystery as well to this place. And that's why it's one of my favourite places to cycle. We're going to be doing about 50 kilometres today. I normally do a figure of 8 loop within the Holland Marsh, and then I'll do a little 10 kilometre loop out into the countryside as well. Forgiven for thinking that this area got its name from the early Dutch settlers, Holland Marsh, but that would be a mistake. What you have to realise is that until the 1920s this area was entirely underwater, and a Professor Day from the Royal Agricultural College saw the potential of this as farmland, and so he set about pumping the area clear of all the water. And even now as you ride around here, you see pump houses all along the route, and this actual road is called Pump House Lane. There's a pump house at the end, the Art Jantz pump house, which is named after a local politician and historian. So the Holland in question was the Surveyor General from 1793, who was Major Holland, and that's what this area has been named after. So in terms of difficulty, riding in this area is extremely easy. I can only give it 1 mark for that. Even when I left the actual area of the marsh and went into the surrounding countryside, the hills are only pretty gentle even out there. Traffic, well, this time of year there's a fair bit of harvesting going on, so you've got a lot of big farm machinery. They seem pretty considerate. It is their territory, so you know, it's always good to be courteous and polite and you get it in return. Condition, well, some of the roads are a little bit cracked, but you can still do a consistent good top speed. So it's a great place if you're looking to do a bit of time trialing and improving your conditioning in that sense. And then scenery. Now, I'm not for a second going to say that the scenery is pretty, but I find it fascinating. I'm continually looking around. My head's all over the place. I couldn't wear a GoPro on my helmet because you'd get seasick just watching it. But there's always something to see, whether it's people in the fields, bits of machinery, old buildings, always something interesting. So I rate it highly. So I'm going to say difficulty 1, condition 3, traffic 3, and I'm going to give it 5 for the scenery, just be controversial. But well worth paying a visit to if you're ever in this area, or if you live around here and haven't done this ride before.